Okay, so with this video I'm going to show you how you can use GIMP, which is the GNU Image Manipulation Program, to do one of the assignments in the Color Theory course. And I'm just using this as an example. You can use GIMP to do any of the assignments in the Color Theory course. Now you can download the templates and upload the Photoshop templates in GIMP. But you can also create any number of shapes and colors just as you would in Photoshop. GIMP is very similar to Photoshop, but it's not as intuitive. So if you're familiar with Photoshop, then you'll find working with GIMP is a little bit tricky to start with, but once you get the hang of it, you'll be fine. Okay, so let's just do an example here. I'm going to go File and open a template. And you'll see here I have the Week 4 Assignment 2 template in Photoshop and Illustrator. You want to make sure you're opening the Photoshop one, and that's the .psd file. If you get a dialog box like this, then just go ahead and convert to RGB. And you'll see that the file opens up fine, there's no problem at all. The only issue with this is that you don't get any working area outside of the image there. So we're going to want to make a little bit more working area. So to do that, you need to change the canvas size. You go Image Canvas Size and break the chain there, because we only want to add a little bit of height, a little bit to the height. We don't need to add anything to the width. You can see here I'm just clicking on the up arrows to create a little bit of space underneath the template, and then click Resize. Now, as you can see, the space here is transparent and you won't be able to work in that space. So you need to create another layer underneath that is white so you can use that space. So just go ahead and click on the New Layer button, which is down here in the Layers palette. And this dialog box will appear. And just make sure that the layer fill type is white, and then click OK. And you'll see that it fills up. Now you just need to drag that layer down to the bottom, so click and drag it underneath your original layer, and then you get a nice white area to work with. Okay, so we might be able to mold those two layers together, which would make it even easier. Let's see. No, we need to merge down. So we're going to click on the background layer, go Layer, Merge Down. And now those two layers become one, and that will make it much easier to work with. Okay, so as you can see, I'm not entirely familiar with GIMP because I usually use Photoshop, but it's definitely doable. Okay, so next for this assignment we need to choose a color for the horizontal bar and choose a color for the vertical bar, and then find some colors that will work as transparent areas there. So to find a good color for the horizontal bar, just click on the color patch over here, the foreground color, and you'll get this color dialog box. All you need to do then is click inside here somewhere, or somewhere on the scale, anywhere. Clicking anywhere will find a color for you, and this is the color that you're working with. So you might want to try something a little bit unusual. And you'll find that it will automatically save that color for you, which is a good feature that Photoshop doesn't have. So just click OK, and then you need to use the Fill Bucket tool, which is this one on the left here, to click on the areas that you want to be the horizontal bar there. Then you need to choose your colors for the vertical bar, so you just do the same thing again. Click on the foreground color patch there and choose your color. And you see here it's automatically saved the original, the horizontal bar color there. Click OK, and once again using the Fill Bucket tool over here, go ahead and click on the vertical bars. And there we have our two main colors. The next thing you need to do is to create a blend from this color to this color so that we can find the good hues for the transparent areas. Okay, so to do that you need to use the gradient tool, which is this one here, and you need to make sure that your foreground and background colors are set to be one of these, and it doesn't matter which one is which. So I've just clicked on the background color here. I'm just clicking on this white patch here to get the background color to be this blue-green color. And as it's already been saved, it's very convenient. I just click there and click OK, and now you can see my foreground and background colors are the same as the colors in my design, and the gradient, once I've clicked on the gradient tool, comes up here and it's automatic for me. The blend is already there. So now all I need to do is to create a rectangle, which I'll do down here, and I need to use the gradient tool. So click on the gradient tool and just draw a line in the rectangle going from one side to the other, and your gradient will automatically come up. Fantastic. Next you need to make sure the gradient is deselected, so go select none, and then you want to use your paint bucket tool and your eyedropper tool to fill these areas with colors from the blend. So just using your eyedropper tool, which is right up here, you can go ahead and click on this part of your blend, and you'll see that the foreground color changes right there. So then you just get the paint bucket tool and click on that patch there, and it will automatically fill. Then you do the same for the middle hue. Choose something from the mid-range of the gradient, go back to your paint bucket tool and click right there in the middle. And finally for the last hue, click on the close to the end of the scale there, click on your paint bucket tool, and then click on the final transparent area there. And an illusion of transparency is automatically created for you. Next you might want to crop out the blend scale if you want to, so you need to reduce the image size again, all the while remembering to save your work. So go image, canvas size, and now you want to unclick the chain again, so we're just reducing the size of part of the image until you get the boundary box around the original template. Okay, and then you click resize, and then you'll find that your image is back. It looks like it's not back to normal, but it should be. So then just go File, and there's no Save for Web here, so you need to go File, Save As, and just make sure you click on Select File Type and scroll down to JPEG, because remember we want this to be a JPEG. Make sure you change the name so it's not the template name anymore. The correct file name, and click Save. Then just click Export. Make sure your quality is 100 and click Save. Now, when I go to take a look at it on my computer, as you can see, it's the right size and it's the right file. So that's all you need to do.